I can attest to you. This story of the mother-in-law of Collins Mnangagwa happens to be the drug addict son of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is narrated by many people differently. Now I have another version, but what is clear is that the mother-in-law of Collins was abducted. That is the truth. And obviously, in all the stories that I have done, you can actually uncover or unearth the truth in it. I have another version from Hopewell Chinono, and I'll be reading it to you. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel. Once again, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So this is the narrative of Hopewell Chinono. He says, the mother and two sisters of Kelsea Tadiwa Taferenyika, the 22-year-old second wife of Collins Mnangagwa, a son of President Emerson Mnangagwa, arrested in Bulawayo yesterday and remain in custody. The other story said they were arrested today, but this one says they were arrested yesterday. Kelsea was arrested on August 4 and charged with possession of drugs. She was granted $1,000 bail by the High Court today. However, news coming from sources at Chikurupi prison say there is an instruction to arrest her again tonight before she is released. And it's obviously where the instruction is coming from. It's coming from the wife of Mr. Jones, that is Auxilia Mnangagwa. According to reliable sources, Collins Mnangagwa's mother-in-law, Amina Jacinta Jezub Arab, was abducted at Coke Corner in Harare. For those who live in Harare, I'm sure you know this place. At about noon on Thursday, August 13, she was driving home to Sunningdale after attending a court where her daughter has been denied bail. So 13 August was actually some weeks. So I said today, I don't know what is happening. So on the other live broadcast. So it's 13 August. Today is the 20th, by the way. So the sources said Amina was taken to one commando barracks and questioned about United States $4 million that her interrogators claimed belonged to Collins Mnangagwa. During the interrogation, water was allegedly poured over her covered face and she was beaten with sticks and battles. Her interrogators reportedly told her that she would be punished if she failed to produce the money. The sources said she fainted repeatedly but was forced back onto her feet so that the interrogation could continue. Amina was reportedly later taken to State House. You see, the narrative is almost similar, and handed over to the First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa, who allegedly assaulted her while demanding the money and title deeds to properties registered in Kelsea's name. Kelsea is pregnant with Collins Mnangagwa's twins. You see, how horrible is this family of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa? They even punish their daughter-in-law, knowing that that daughter-in-law is carrying the twins of Collins. This is a case, I can tell you, to this. It's a case, the family. And just imagine such people being entrusted to lead the country. And you can tell Zimbabwe is under a serious case. We are led by hardcore criminals. You see, the wife, the mother, the father, the hardcore criminals, and also drug addicts. That is the situation. And you expect that these people can turn around the fortunes of people of Zimbabwe. No way. Under my dead body. The sources say the first lady shouted, "Waisa mwana wangu muhari Mubudise, meaning you bewitched my son, remove the curse. So that was the wife of Mnangagwa. She also allegedly ordered Amina to stay away from her son and threatened that if Kelsey were released from prison, she would send people to cut open her stomach so that her unborn babies would die. Yo. The first lady allegedly demanded that Amina surrender all the title deeds and return her son's money. Amina was reportedly taken back to one commando barracks before eventually being released. The family subsequently sought refuge in Bulawayo. Sources said Amina and her daughters were arrested at a lodge yesterday and charged with possession of drugs, which they maintain were planted on them. Sources close to the case said Kelsey's initial arrest followed the alleged leaking of a video in which Collins appeared worse for wear. She was arrested alongside her uncle, Isaac Arab Jesup, who was also granted bail today. And obviously, the pictures I have actually shown, they are circulating on social media for you and everyone to see the kind of the people we are dealing with. Just imagine, these are the people entrusted to look at the welfare of the people of Zimbabwe. And, see the character of the wife of Mnangagwa. She blames, you can see there is no case here. The drugs matter, they are planted on this family. And what are they accused of? Bewitching their son. Auxilia Mnangagwa has an issue with this relationship. And it appears his son, her son, that is Collins Mnangagwa, don't want to let go of this relationship. And she is cutting this relationship. And how does she do so? By actually arresting the wife. And after arresting the wife, the drugs that they talk about, they accuse this daughter-in-law of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, you can tell they were planted. They were planted. These drugs they talk about. This family is innocent. And just so to arrest Job Sikala, they planned something. You can tell what has been happening to a lot of people in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is a hardcore criminal. This family is a family of hardcore criminals. It's a shame what we are watching. The story is the truth, even though the narrations may be different, because this is released information, most probably from the barracks and from the police, noticing the brutality that is carried out by the first family. Just imagine the whole first lady telling the in-law that we will, after your daughter is released from prison, we will send people to cut the belly open of your daughter so that those sons die. The children inside a belly, we don't know whether it's sons or it's girl children, they die. The fetus die. This comes from the first lady. It shows that she is a gangster. She does not deserve, definitely, to be called a first lady. By the way, this family, I always say, Mnangagwa was imposed to the people of Zimbabwe. And thank God, people are getting a picture. Information is surfacing on its own to depict how evil this family is. If this woman can actually go after the fetus which are in the womb of their mother, and knowing that that is her blood, but say I will actually order some individuals to go and the language that she uses. This is a first lady. This is a shame, so to speak. So we are trying to cover this story. I saw it late, but I thought I should. And each and every angles, we hope the family is safe because they are arrested. Some of them, they are arrested in Bulawayo. Some news said they were actually their plane was today. A lot, the information is coming in half, in bits and pieces. That is what happens in a democratic situation. That is what happened when a nation is led by a dictator and a very dangerous family, such as the family of Emerson Dambuzo. No one is safe. No one is safe. Listen to the language that is used by Auxilia Mnangagwa. Then we are told this is the woman that has to deal with drugs. She wants to deal with the drugs for other families whilst failing to actually manage a very own family. You think there is truth in it? Sometimes, God is so good. This woman has been stealing state funds, pretending to be, dealing with drug addicts. And, these drugs, we know that they can be located definitely from ZANU-PF. And most probably, this family is involved in this thing. And I know they are involved somewhere, somehow, because there is absolutely no evidence that this wife of Collins was giving him drugs. Collins is a drug addict. Now, what they want, the properties. You gave my son Muti, that's why my son is giving the wife money. If you have put your wife, you give your wife money. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing